Yo, what's Glorbin Glorbies, and welcome back to Journaling Over It. So, I am a perfectionist, and I think I've been this way since birth. To prove it, I'm going to share a quick story. I remember a time, way back in first grade, I had to come into school late because I was sick the night before. My mom was dropping me off when suddenly I remembered that I hadn't done the homework because I'd been sick. So, I panicked, I pulled out the homework, and I started to do it frantically on a bench by the principal's office. It was a basic math problem, something like 2 cats were on the couch, 3 walked over, how many cats were there? And I had to show my work. So I started to draw the cats, and I was freaking out because it was taking me so long. And my mom was still there because she was dropping me off. So she said, why don't you just draw the heads of the cats as like a little quick circle, a little face on it, and then you can get it done quicker. And I said, no, I need to draw full-bodied cats. I'm drawing these cats with stripes on them, with details, because I need this teacher to know that I can draw cats well. I can't have her thinking that I'm bad at drawing cats. That was unacceptable to first grade me, which sounds so silly right now, but I remember vividly that was exactly what I thought. It was the dumbest thing. It stressed me out immensely. So in the end, the cats got drawn with the details that I wanted. But the point of that story is it ended up making me later to class than I otherwise would have been. And I'm sure I could have just done the basic circles and everything would have been fine. So don't be like me. Don't worry about all the little details. I mean, you can worry about details, but what I mean is if you try to do everything absolutely perfectly, sometimes you just end up doing nothing, or you end up doing a whole lot less than you would otherwise would have done if you were able to just settle for some imperfection. There's a cool parable about this. So a ceramics professor did a little experiment. She divided her class into 2 groups. The first half would be graded for the entire semester based on the sheer number of pots created. The other half of the class would be graded solely on quality. They had to create only 1 pot to be handed in on the last day of the semester. So anyways, the semester happened, and then at the end, the professor decided to select the 10 best pots made from the entire class. And sure enough, what she found was that all 10 of the very best pots were made from the quantity group, not the quality group. Which I just think is really interesting because you would think maybe the quality group would have made some perfect pots because they spent an entire semester on it. But no, the idea is that the students in the quantity group started out by making dingy little pots, but as they made more and more, they got better and better. And by allowing themselves to fail and make mistakes, they ended up improving and actually surpassing the students that were acting as perfectionists just trying to work on 1 pot. That's just a parable. I don't think there's actually a study. Someone tell me if I'm wrong. But that said, I'm pretty sure we could all see how it would ring true in the real world, where the more you just do things, regardless of how perfect, the better and the faster you improve. There's a saying, practice makes perfect, which I'm sure you've heard. But then somewhere along the way, I remember people started saying to me, well, actually, perfect practice makes perfect. And I'm like, no. Like, if I could practice perfectly, I wouldn't need to practice. So I'm gonna practice imperfectly, thank you very much. A close friend of mine taught me a saying that I will never forget. He said, done is better than perfect. And I swear, when he told me that, that blew my mind. I was like, what? No, you gotta be perfectly done. You can't just, what? But like, it's true, because if you have something that's just theoretical versus something that's real, the real thing wins. And here's the thing, perfect doesn't exist, okay? It really doesn't. So you can spend forever improving and improving and improving, but if it just stays theoretical and never actually gets done, then it's a million times worse than the thing that actually gets done. You know what I mean? So do. That's why I always get thrown off. This is gonna sound weird, but I would get thrown off when people would say, try your best. Because, like, if I was truly trying my best at something, I could make sacrifices. I could completely devote myself to something, do it at the expense of everything else, but that's not what people really mean when they say try your best. They mean try your best. Don't go crazy doing absolutely everything in your power to achieve perfection. That's not what that means. There's a Steve Jobs quote that I really like. I think this is Steve Jobs. He said, real artists ship, as in real artists actually put stuff out there. They don't wait to just get it just right, you know? So anyways, I thought that was really interesting and kind of applicable. Anyways, I think I've said enough, but I would like for Benedict Cumberbatch to take us home by reminding us to get out of our own heads and just do. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, you could feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. You could also do none of those things. You can do whatever you want to do. But most of all, just do. Have a great day. Peace out.